Hi, I'm Dr. Pratik Berry, and I want to tell you a story. 4 years ago, it was in December. My daughter and I had stopped at a gas station. We were filling up the tank. Well, she was. She said she was going to fill up the tank, and then she said she was going to get a beverage. So I'm sitting in the car, and I was listening to a book on through the car audio. And I'm sitting there listening to my book, and then I hear screaming and yelling. This is Trump's America. Who gonna check me? I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. So I turn up the volume on my book and I sit back and I'm listening. And I'm still hearing this yelling. Who's gonna check me? This is Trump's America. You better back off. What in the world is going on? So I look to my left and I see this woman just screaming like she just lost it. And standing there in front of her, quietly, like this, is my daughter Fatima. And this woman is screaming and yelling at my child. Well, I have MS and I have limited mobility, but I think I got from my car over to them in one giant leap. And I stood there and I said, What's happening? And she said, What? And I said, Well, let me introduce myself. I'm her mother. This is my daughter. You can talk to me. What happened? You need to tell your daughter. I said, Wait. The moment you tell me what I need to do, we're in trouble. What happened? You need to tell your daughter that she can't be telling anybody. You don't know. That's how you get killed around here. Y'all from California. You ain't from here. And I'm like, who is this woman and why does she think she knows us? So I turned to my daughter and I said, Fatima, what happened? She said, Mom, the man who's working here was moving a little bit too slow. And she was cussing him out. And I said politely, he's an elder. You shouldn't talk to him like that. I said, oh, so you're doing all of this because a person who's younger than you asked you politely to stop disrespecting an elder. And so now you doing all this? This is Trump's America. You don't know nothing. Y'all from California. And I found out later that she'd asked my daughter, where you from? And said, you're not from around here. And my daughter said, I grew up in California. And so she had judged the fact that we're from California as we don't know how to conduct ourselves. So she's yelling and screaming, who's gonna check me? Who is gonna check me? This is Trump's America. We gonna run this thing. Who's gonna check me? And I said, ma'am, God's gonna check you. Life's gonna check you. The universe is gonna check you. And Mother Nature, her very self, is going to check you. She must have realized that there was more in me than the quote unquote California girl. And she started dashing to her car and she was saying, this is how people get killed. You don't know I can have a gun. This is how people get killed. And I said, really? Really? Because someone says stop disrespecting an elder. I said, all right, you're going to get checked. She jumps in her car and drives away. And everybody, I didn't even notice that these people were there, began applauding. And the man who's in the booth kind of bows to us and says, thank you so much. The treatment that I get here, you can't even imagine. Thank you so much. My daughter now is shaking and crying and she has anxiety stuff. And so she gets in the car and she said, I'm so sorry, Mom. I shouldn't have gotten a beverage. I didn't need a beverage. I'm so sorry to put you through that. I know you don't like chaos and confusion. I know you don't like to have to go back to the hood. It's kind of a joke that we have. Don't take me back there. So I said, baby, you didn't do anything wrong. You stood up for what was right. And in standing up for right, it can't be wrong. And she was crying. And we were going on a trip later that week. I was going to do some work with a company, and Fatima was going to get to go along. We were going to Paris. And so I said to Fatima, where are we going this week? And she had this little character voice that she would do every time I asked that question, where are we going? And she'd go, we're going to Paris. And so I said, well, does that matter? And she said, no, we're going to Paris. And so we laughed when we got to Paris. And Fatima, who had a fear of heights and a fear of being alone and a fear of traveling and anxiety about this and that and the other, my sister Tiffany and I were standing, and she had said she wanted to go up the Arc de Triomphe. And I was like, I'm not going. Tiffany said, I'm not going. We looked around. We couldn't find Fatima. And I'm texting her, where are you? And about 5 minutes later, maybe 4, I get a text back that says, look up. And she's up there just waving. And she said, I know I can overcome these things because you're by my side, but also because I'm doing the right thing. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable, difficult, like it will never end trying to do the right thing, right? Like you're not rewarded, like there is no justice, like there is no comeuppance for the other folks, there's no that. But when you're doing the right thing, it's never wrong. So the next time somebody asks you, who's gonna check me? You just tell them, we're going to Paris. I love you.